Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I want to say thank you for the Sinter Cafe who invited me to have opportunity to Costa Rica. This is the first time I go to Central America. Today, I would like to giving some idea about the Indonesian, about the coffee from the processing from the green bean until the final product. This is the Indonesia. We have a lot of island. This is the biggest, 5 biggest island: Sumatra, Sulawesi, Kalimantan, Jawa, and Papua. The first, I want to show you a small movie clip about the coffee in Indonesia. This movie already launched this year. So we see the clip. Thank you.
Semangatmu lekat takengan, peraku cerita tentang senuan kewe, tentang segenuagan kewe. Maju bumi maju kau senuan kewe kumah atadu dunia.
Bicara kopi di Gayo adalah bicara perutnya orang Gayo. Orang Gayo sekolah dari kopi, makan dari kopi, kasarnya meninggal juga harus dari kopi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hei Siti Kewe, kau kukawinkan urung kuyu, wih kin walimu, tanoh kin saksi muridmu, matan lo kin saksi pernikahanmu. Kau kukawinkan urung kuyu sebagai suami.
Duizenden kilometers van mijn thuis en land verwijderd vind ik hier in Indonesië toch een stukje thuis terug. Meer dan 3 eeuwen geleden introduceerden de Nederlanders koffieplantages in Indonesië.
Orang Indonesia bilang kopi dari Itali, udah bilang pasti enak. Mana ada pohon kopi di Itali?
Siapa yang membuat petani kopi di Sumatera sana, bukan di Padang sampai Aceh sampai ke Bukit Barisan di Sumatera Selatan, minum daun kopi, bukan yang minum biji kopi. Bijinya di-grading, bagus-bagus, yang bagus dijual ke Eropa, orang Jawa cuma suruh makan kopi yang udah keok. Itu pun masih dicampuri jagung. Ini konsumsi betul, konsumsi betul.
Ada satu tempat di situ yang agak rakta itu orang kesini bilang Bacava. Batu tiap kena rakta itu seperti piring dari Java, seperti piring yang dari Java. Bacava.
Yang Bapak Ibu panen kopi bisa kasih makan Bapak Ibu, tapi Bapak Ibu pernah kasih makan kopi atau tidak? Kami sempat diam semua, kita mau kasih makan dengan apa?
Kopi itu membawa istilah kopi sebetulnya harus kopen. Kopen itu serba jeli, teliti, pengamatannya jangan sampai lupa.
Orang pendidikannya tentang kopi ini bertambah, curiosity-nya semakin tinggi karena mereka mau cari pengalaman, mereka mau mencari rasa, mereka mau mencari aroma.
Kalau aromanya ini seperti kita berjalan di awan, ini negeri surga, Bu. dan kopi adalah salah satu kekayaan.
Firstly, I want to give some idea about the Indonesian. Right now, Indonesia is one of the biggest country with a strong economic growth. In Indonesia, totally we have around 17,000 islands. As we mentioned before, we have only five big islands: Sumatra, Java, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and Papua. From the five biggest islands, fourth is they produce the coffee, unless Kalimantan or Borneo. Right now the GDP around 3,500, and hopefully this year we can reach 4,000. The target between 3 to 5 years later can go above $5,000 GDP. The population is around 250 million people right now. It's the fourth biggest from the world. And the population, 60% still below 40 years, and 38% still below 30. So the economic in Indonesia will still growing very fast. So why the coffee market situation in Indonesia for the consumption side will still going up? Because the young population. And the other thing is about the religion. Many of the Indonesian, 80% is Muslim. So the Muslim didn't drink alcohol, so they prefer to drink other drink, like especially it's coffee. Coffee growing in the fourth big island, like I said, is Sumatra. Sumatra in the north part, Aceh is mainly for producing is the Arabica. Arabica from Indonesia around 1.5 million bags. 1 million bags is from the North Sumatra area and Aceh. The other is Jambi. Jambi is new area, just expanding around 5 to 6 years ago. And the other is as we know, the biggest producing area in the South Sumatra. We call it usually Indonesian Coffee Triangle: Bengkulu, Lampung, and South Sumatra or Palembang. In Java, they growing all the religion from Banten, West Java, Central Java, and East Java. The other is Bali, Flores, Sulawesi, and Papua. The four last island is very good growing of the Arabica. Especially the new one is in the Papua Wamena, we call it, one of the specialist coffee from our country. For the quality of Indonesian coffee, we can divide it into three. The first one is Arabica coffee. As you know, we already know about the Mandailing is the well-known in the world about this coffee. The other one is Gayo, Lintong, Takengon, Sidikalang. Fifth of this coffee is produced in the North Sumatra area and Aceh. And the new one is Java Preanger. It's growing in the West Java area. Nearby Jakarta, around 2 or 3 hours by car. This is Java Preanger is the first coffee growing area in Indonesia during the Dutch colonial. So the first coffee area growing planted the coffee is in this area. The other one is Bali Kintamani. This is special coffee with the lime taste and lime smell. The other is Flores Bejawa, Kalisuto Toraja, and the other one, the new one is Papua Wamena. And the other quality is fine Robusta. As we know, we call it West Java is WIB. It's very nice to make espresso using this blend. So usually it's the biggest buyer for this quality is Japan and Italy. The other one is Flores Manggarai, and the last one is the commercial coffee. Is the common coffee usually make for the roast and ground coffee or soluble coffee. We call it EP or AK. And right now in Indonesia we have a certification program too. This is the certification already we can find in Indonesia. For the 4C is mainly for the Robusta, and the other one is usually the Arabica, and oats like oats, Usda, Fair Trade, and Rainforest Alliance is common in North Sumatra area and Aceh. For the area development coffee in the last 20 years in Indonesia almost same. Total area for the growing coffee around 1.1 million hectare until now only increased around 100 hectare. Mainly still farmer plantation, and the other one is government and private plantation. For government and private plantation, we can find it is usually in the Java area. But the tendency for the government and for the private is getting less, because right now for they growing the coffee is not profitable more. In Java, they prefer to change to other product or for the industrial area or the residential area. For the coffee, mainly still in the Sumatra area. The development and coffee production. This is the area and production for the Arabica and Robusta. Mainly for the Arabica in the last 10 years is getting higher location because the expanding of the coffee Arabica in the North Sumatra area, especially after we get a big tsunami in the Aceh in 2004. You can see the area for the Arabica increased a lot after the tsunami, start from 2006 to until now. And the increase, the big one is in the West Java area, because the government want to farmer to grow the coffee in the forest, not cut the tree. So they give the farmer some incentive to grow the coffee, not to cut the tree. This is the data from the export from main 4 biggest coffee area in Indonesia. Is from Central Java, East Java, Lampung, and Medan. Mainly in Indonesia, the biggest one is Lampung. Around 60% for the export coffee from Lampung, following by East Java and West Java, Medan. Medan is mainly Arabica. Robusta is small proportion only. We see that the total export of Indonesia maximum around 480,000 tons. But the number will be decreased if we get bad weather. Local consumption is a lot of the coffee. So if we get bad weather in Indonesia, the exportable coffee will be slower. We see this year we can have almost 480,000 metric ton. The following year is lower. And the other year, because in 2010 we get very bad weather in Indonesia. Almost in every day we can get rain, so it will have impact in the next year for the exportable. And the condition will normal again in 2012-2013, following by 2013-2014. But this year the tendency will be small again. We have a bad weather during the flowering season in the last year, during September and October. During that period, we have a big wind and typhoon in the coffee area, especially in the South Sumatra area. It's very surprising. In my calculation, this year Indonesia should be bumper crop, but actually it's failed because about the flowering period we have very bad weather, big typhoon, everything. For the export destination country, Indonesia mainly is for still the traditional market like US, Germany, Japan, Italy, UK, some right now to Malaysia for the soluble coffee. This is the biggest market destination for the Indonesian coffee. For the next year, Indonesian crop I think will be better and could be a bumper crop. We can see this is the area for the high altitude is perfect condition. coffee have enough rain and not really get the hot weather. But different story with the lowland. Lowland is a little bit affected with the dry condition. So maybe for the lowland will be small crop compared to highland. Highland we can see this is the really good condition. This is I surveyed this market coffee area around 3 weeks ago by mid of October. And this is we can see the coffee cherry already in the perfect condition. This is in the highland. We can see the cherry size is bigger compared to the lowland. So the condition in the highland is more perfect for the harvest for the next year. The problem right now, we can see the size of the cherry is different. That makes us worry about the quality of the next year. The problem, the farmer sometimes will not waiting for the ripe of the cherry. So usually if the condition like this, they only take the coffee harvest the cherry is one time. So make the quality is problem for the next year. This is we can see some coffee already ripe and the cherry already ready for the harvest. So for the next year, the condition in Indonesia is unique. So during the fly crop in January, February this next year, we can see a big number compared to this year. And for the lowland, will be started earlier around March and April. For the highland, still in the May and June. So this for the next year, we can see in the Indonesia, we can see long time of the harvest period from January to September. And the problem right now, the only thing I worry about the weather. Right now we have perfect condition, but the strain this year, we have every 7 or 10 days heavy rain. But if we didn't have rain, the weather condition is very hot and dry. If we didn't get rain time, should be a problem for the next year. But until now, conditions still good for the harvest for the next year. For the local market condition, local consumption right now around 4.5 million until 5 million. And this is increase around 5% to 6% every year. And for the Indonesian, is mainly still consumed is roast and ground coffee. We call it usually is coffee to brew. Just put the ground coffee and pour the hot water. And the other one is the new one is the 3-in-1. But in Indonesia, sometimes we call it is a white coffee. The 6 biggest roaster in Indonesia is first is PT Santos Jaya Abadi or Kapal Api. They roast in 1 year around 1.6 million bags. And the second one is Torabika. They roast in 1 year around 1.2 million bags. The other one is Indo Cafe, Nescafe, Aneka Coffee, and Wings. Wings is the newcomer. They enter the market around 2 years ago, but they make the coffee market is collapse everything. The promotion at the time he do it to get the market share, buy 2 get 1 free. So they cut the price in the local coffee is almost 30%. That's killing all the old player like Kapal Api or Mayura. And the PT Aneka before is the soluble company. They usually export the instant coffee, but start from last year they start to enter the Indonesian market. Why all the like Aneka Coffee prefer to enter local market? Because the growing of the consumption. The problem for us right now, we are worried about the Indonesian situation. If the production cannot catch the consumption in the 5 or 8 years later, total Indonesia will be net importer coffee. The proof already done in 2011-2012. Bad weather in 2010, we get small crop in 2011. So at that time, Indonesia total import during 2011-2012 is almost 80,000 tons. For the coffee consumption trend, we can divide it into three. Before 2000, mainly Indonesian still consumption is roast and ground coffee mixed with corn. We call it G2. G2 is mean 1% of coffee and 7% of corn. So actually they not drink coffee, they drink corn. This is the guy, the man. They already sold the coffee by bicycle surrounding our city Semarang. They already do this around 40 years. They sell is still same coffee mixed with corn. From 2000 to 2010, still roast and ground coffee, but the tendency is they change the blend. At that time, the coffee price is lower, so some of the roasters decided to change the blend into 100% coffee or reduce their use of the corn. And from 2010 until now, the market is changing. The firstly is a white coffee boom. This started with the white coffee from the brand Luwak, but this is Luwak as brand, not real Luwak. So at that time they make a new trend, the 3-in-1 coffee, but they make it the marketing with the name of the white coffee. At that time is very popular in Indonesia. Right now they sell us in one day for the white coffee around 3 million sachet per day. And this trend following with the other competitor, the other buyer like Kapal Api, Mayora, everything they make same the white coffee. And the other thing is about the specialty coffee market. The specialty coffee market start to expanding to in Indonesia, especially for the high-end market like in Jakarta, Bandung, Surabaya, Medan. Some of the people right now start to drink about the good quality coffee. And the other thing is ready for drink. This is the newcomer for the ready for drink. The Good Day is from the old player Kapal Api, and the 78 degrees is from Mayora. And the other things, the Japanese company start to enter Indonesia market too with the ready for drink coffee. The coffee is from Santori, joint venture with the local company, and the other Cafela is Asahi together with Indofood. And this is the new independent cafe restaurant expanding in Indonesia. So start from 2008-2010 in Indonesia, for the big city, a lot of the new cafe and restaurant who serve the coffee, they're expanding very fast. For example, in my city in Semarang, last year, almost every week we have a new cafe or new restaurant who's serving coffee. This year the tendency is a little bit slower because everyone is waiting for the election. After get election, we can get maybe for the next year, the tendency will be very fast for the expanding of the new cafe and restaurant. Because like I said before, Indonesia is the Muslim country. They prefer not to drink alcohol, drink for the coffee, and especially for the young generation. Right now, every time they have a job, everything they not do in the home. They go to the cafe, restaurant, talk with the friend, everything in the cafe. This is the some of the education for the coffee. Right now we have some of like a barista and cupping competition. And this is the new trend, not in the very expensive and very luxury hotel or resto. Sometimes we can see this is the wet market. This is very popular in Jakarta. We call it ABCD. This is new trend. They can make from the wet market is very quiet. Right now is very famous in Indonesia. They're serving coffee with not the unique condition. They sold coffee only on weekend during Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is the new trend. And I think for the next year will be a new boom for the coffee industry in Indonesia. Because some of the young people, they want to make new direction for the coffee. Right now, like a barista profession in Indonesia is getting famous. All of the young generation is prefer to get a barista. The problem in Indonesia is about the lack information about the coffee. So if this is true, maybe for the next 3 to 5 years, Indonesia consumption will be double from the now. Could be around 8 million bags. It's simple. We can see Japanese with 150 million people, they drink around 7 million bags. Indonesia, 200 million people, and around almost 40%, 150 million is young generation. So it's easy for Indonesia increase the consumption. I think sooner or later, Indonesia will be import a lot of coffee. That's a big problem for the Indonesia. Right now, the important I already note with the government, we must increase the productivity. The area already have. We are compared to Vietnam, we almost double compared to Vietnam, but the productivity is less compared to Vietnam. That's the big problem for us. Yeah, this is our explanation for the Indonesia. Hopefully you can enjoy this, our presentation. And this is for the, we can see for the next year, we have some movie. So I believe this movie will encourage all the people more about the coffee. We call it philosophy coffee. This is a very good movie about how to treat the coffee from the bean until serving on the cup. Thank you very much.